It's Friday morning. Happy Friday to you. Let's get your first look at the forecast right now. A little misty, foggy out there.
Yeah, kind of a gloomy start to our day, but it is Friday. Live Doppler 7 max right now, and all is pretty quiet as far as any steady widespread rain. I'm not expecting any more of that today. 46 degrees in Wilmington, 44 Monique, 43 degrees Elmhurst, Vernon Hills now at 42 degrees. Up in Winthrop Harbor, you're at 43 degrees now in Westville. So this afternoon, I'm anticipating a couple peaks of some sun, but our high temperatures, given the average is 64 degrees, still going to be an unseasonably cool day ahead. So once again, a few peaks of sun coming our way this afternoon. Your complete forecast ahead to Terrell.
Tracy, right now, and his family says this is extremely unusual. Jessica D'Onofrio, live at the University of Chicago. Jessica.
Terrell, his family and friends are desperately searching to find him. The medical student was last seen here at the University of Chicago campus, but that was more than 7 days ago. Now, 20 years later, police will only say they are investigating with very few leads to go on. Reporting live in Hyde Park, Jessica D'Onofrio, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Okay, Jessica, thank you. And today, investigators are also looking into what caused a charter bus headed to Chicago to burst into flames. The bus was carrying high school students from Champaign. The driver had to pull over on I-57 about 30 miles south of Kankakee. He says a low-pressure light came on, and then he saw a fire. The students and driver hurried to get off. As the flames spread, nobody was hurt.
And Evanston High School student.
A West suburban woman accused of killing her husband goes to court this morning.
Topic of school funding.
The family of a man killed by Chicago police will gather today celebrating what would have been his 20th birthday.
Over the weekend. First of all, today, a little misty this morning. We'll have a few peaks of sun this afternoon. And then Saturday, rain is going to be developing. Some of it could be heavy at times, especially during the afternoon and early evening. Sunday morning, some showers are still going to be lingering, still going to be on the cool side of things here Sunday morning, too. Well, as we look at Live Doppler 7 Max, all is pretty quiet out there right now. Just kind of misty with some fog in the area. 43 degrees in Glen Ellen. It's 45 degrees right now in Cicero, 44 degrees right now in East Chicago. So, in your wearcast today, coat, sweatshirt. We have some wind chills this morning that are in the 30s this afternoon. We'll see those highs headed up into those low 50s and some peaks of sun, too. Rob?
South end of the Dan Ryan Bishop Ford 57 from a couple of earlier stalls. So I wanted to give everybody a heads up. If you're going to be taking the Green Line this weekend, they're doing some track work starting tonight at 10 o'clock all the way through 4 o'clock Monday morning. They will not have any service between Laramie and Harlem. They'll have shuttle buses going back and forth between the stations at that location. But just be aware and give yourself a little bit of extra time. Judy and Terrell.
Thank you. At 6:07, a little bit later on this morning, the NFL draft in Chicago makes a young player's dream come true. We are getting to know.
You're watching Terrell Brown, Judy Sue. Weather with meteorologist Tracy Butler and Roz Barron's traffic.
We have some breaking news overnight in the presidential race. Violence breaking out at a Donald Trump rally in Southern California.
Protesters were arrested when they tried to block people from leaving that event last night. Tanya Babbage in the Alert Center now with the latest. Tanya.
Terrell and Judy. The Indy Star calls Trump, quote, wholly unsuited to serve as president. Meantime, rival Ted Cruz has denied rumors of an allegiance with John Kasich. Cruz said only that the pair have agreed on where to focus their energies, and presumably, Judy, that's against Trump.
Okay, Tanya, thank you. And back here in Illinois, Governor Bruce Rauner was shouted down by protesters as he tried to speak at the University of Illinois in Champaign-Urbana. By the end of May.
At 6:12 ahead at 6:30 this morning, what's expected to happen in court today for a local college student accused of recording.
And this morning, yes, headed out to wait at the bus stop this morning for the school bus. And misty conditions still with us this morning. A bit of fog in the area, too. Our temperatures this morning in the 40s. When you come home from school this afternoon, might be a little peak of sun. We'll take a look at that coming up.
ABC. Next live, Adam Levine from The Voice.
Do you think Blake is jealous of you?
He's like stalkery / jealous.
Favorite story this morning. Save some time on that morning workout. You'll love it. A new study suggests spending an hour at the gym might be 59 minutes too many.
Right. You're wasting your life.
Sweat for 60 seconds.
And then done.
Done.
Love it.
Eat.
I'm going to ask an expert about that. I happen to know
No
one.
one, right.
Yes.
Get back to me. Don't burst my bubble. I really like that.
I think there's some element of truth to some of that. I think a minute might be a little bit.
I'll take that, then.
Well, good morning. Let's take a look. But scanning and nothing out there to really scan as far as any rain is concerned. So as we look at our futurecast, it does continue to reinforce that north-northeast wind right off of the lake. So we are going to keep things cool here throughout the afternoon. Now, here's a look as we go through the afternoon. Some peaks of sun will be coming our way. So we do have some fog in the area this morning, some spotty showers, some mist around this morning too, but some peaks of sun are going to be likely later today. Right now, 42 degrees. Skies are filled in with cloud cover at O'Hare. AccuWeather Real Field, though, 38 degrees, so definitely a chill in the air this morning. 40 degrees in Richmond, 40 right now in Algonquin, 41 in Palatine, Westmont at 44. It's 45 degrees in Joliet, 45 in Dwight, 45 in Gary, and 43 degrees right now in Valparaiso. So here's the satellite picture, and there you see that cloud cover that is definitely with us. We are in between systems here today, so a few peaks of sun possible this afternoon. But our next system coming our way tomorrow does bring rain. So let's take a look at that. Tomorrow morning, it does start off dry here in the city. But you see, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning starts knocking on the doors there in the southern suburbs, spreads across the Chicago area here by noontime tomorrow. And tomorrow afternoon, yeah, we're going to have to get geared up for a fairly wet day. How much are we talking about? Well, by noontime, maybe a tenth of an inch moving into the city. But during the afternoon, if you're coming down for Draft Town, just know, bring your rain gear. Farther to the south, that's where we're looking at possibly amounts of an inch of rain. Cloudy with some fog and mist around the area this morning. The sun was up at 5:50. Some peaks of sun possible here this afternoon. High temperatures inland, low 50s. However, it is going to be cooler along the lake. The weekend is going to bring us that cool and kind of wet pattern. I think Sunday it's in the morning when we have showers around. And then look at the week. It's back to work and back to some nice weather. Roz?
We are seeing increases in volume on all of the expressways right now. Want to take a look outside at our Daily Herald? CTA has extra service on the trains on rapid transit, and Metra has that unlimited weekend pass.
Right.
So that's really a good idea. $8, and you can go back and forth as many times as you want.
Yep.
Use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Much better than driving.
When you get stuck. You are stuck. Yes. All right, Roz. Thank you. How about this? It is now less than a month until Beyonce brings her worldwide formation tour to Chicago. And here's a taste of what's coming. Take a look. Yeah, B. Queen B kicking off the tour in Miami last night. There she goes. This is her first concert since releasing her new video album, Lemonade. The tour comes to Soldier Field on May 27th and 28th, and you know she is going to set it off.
She knows how to put on a show.
She does.
Look at that. Okay. It is 6:21 right now, just ahead of 6:30 this morning. A new action to prevent drug overdoses in children.
The life-saving...
In today's Tech Bites, Facebook is rolling out some new apps.
The new apps aren't too far in a minute, but not bad. It's a start.
What could possibly go wrong?
Those are your Tech Bites.
Have a great day.
Hard stop.
The investigation into what killed Prince now focuses on a possible drug overdose. Law enforcement unreleased music inside.
At 6:26, coming up, you never want to see road rage turn out like this.
Temperatures in the 40s through most of the Chicago area. 42 at O'Hare, 44 at the lakefront, 45 degrees right now out at Midway. So this morning, still some fog, a little bit misty out there. This afternoon, we'll probably have a few peaks of sun. Our high temperatures today will be headed up into those low 50s, except along the lakefront, we will keep that lake breeze going. So we'll have a complete look at your weekend forecast, and that is coming up. Rod Drive.
But we've got unusually heavy traffic on both the Ford and 57. They're both hitting the brakes at about 147th. All that from a couple of earlier stalls. We'll have more news, weather, and traffic right after this quick timeout.
Umbrellas later on.
is Friday. Let's talk about that forecast and look forward to the weekend. We got Tracy who's going to give us an update. Hey, Tracy.
Yeah, especially tomorrow, you're going to need those umbrellas. This morning, it's just a little misty around the area with a bit of fog. But later on this afternoon, we should see a few peaks of sun. Live Doppler 7 max and no radar returns lighting up with rain. 46 degrees now in Wilmington, 43 in Elmhurst. It's 42 degrees in Winnetka and 41 degrees right now in Gary. So here's our outlook for today. A lot of clouds, some fog this morning, a little bit misty too. Then this afternoon, we will see a few peaks of some sunshine, but not going to be a bright, beautiful day. Again, high temperatures today headed for the low 50s. Complete forecast headed your way. Terrell and Judy.
Thanks, Tracy. Of a thief overnight.
But that's just one of the robber alerts they sent out. Diane Patthew live at the Fullerton station with what you should watch out for. Diane.
We've got a couple of incidents the police are looking out for, warning folks. I want to start with those problems on the CTA, though. For those of you that are watching us this morning and ride the red, purple, or brown line trains alone, especially early in the morning, police warned Wednesday. That happened in the 2600 block of North Sawyer. In the Logan Square incidents, police have only released a vague description of that suspect involved in those incidents, but they are, of course, warning you to stay alert and report anything suspicious. We're reporting live along the Fullerton stop in Lincoln Park. Diane Patthew, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
All righty, Diane, thank you so much. More than a week now. Jessica D'Onofrio live at the University of Chicago. Jessica.
Terrell, his family tells us that they are a very tight-knit family from Baltimore. They talk on the phone all the time, and this is very unusual for them. But coffee houses in the area. Reporting live in the Hyde Park neighborhood. Jessica D'Onofrio, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Okay, Jessica, thanks to 10 years of hard labor in prison. A Wheaton College student accused of spying on a classmate as she showered is about to enter a plea.
Edward Hospital Event Center in Romeoville.
And in response to that overdose epidemic, the company that makes an antidote is helping keep students safe by giving the life-saving drug away for free. Effects of opioid and heroin overdoses. And Chicago's new top cop is reaching out to the community on a personal level.
Superman. Thousands of Chicago kids might find it hard to get out of bed this morning.
Well, that's after they partied last night at the big We Day event at Allstate Arena. Pop star Sierra took the energy level sky high. Took part in the fun right there on stage.
All right.
Otherwise, today, well, we're starting off with a little bit of mist. We'll see a few peaks of sun. The wettest day over the weekend will be tomorrow as rain is going to develop in the afternoon. Times it might even be a little heavy, especially the southern suburbs. That's where it's looking as though you'll get more. Sunday morning may bring some showers, still on the cool side all weekend. As we do look at the temperatures, numbers in the 40s, 46 degrees right now in Shanahan, 45 in Harvey, 42 degrees right now in Lincolnshire. So at the bus stop this morning, yeah, grab the coat, a little foggy, and we do have some brisk conditions with wind chills this morning in the 30s. As far as rain gear, it's more likely you're going to need that, especially tomorrow if you're coming down for Draft Town. But today, I think, again, we'll see a few peaks of sun, highs in the 50s. Roz?
That's getting close to a 50-minute trip heading into Lakeshore Drive from the Tri-State. Now, we've got a couple other problems out there. We've got a crash up in Lake County in the Round Lake Beach area at Hickory and Rollins, and we're also hearing of a structure fire on the city's near northwest side on Linder and Hirsch. That's just a little bit south of North Avenue, a two-story building reportedly with fire on the first floor. So as we get more information, we'll pass it on to you. Right now, we're not hearing of any injuries. Judy and Terrell.
Thank you, Roz. It is 6:39, and there are 2 more days of the NFL draft in Chicago.
Yep, next we meet the player drafted by the Bears.
Overnight, Chicago police sent out 2 child safety alerts. Both happened near parks and schools on the north side, and the details are disturbing.
Tanya Babbage in the Alert Center with the information you need to know this morning. Tanya.
Yeah, Terrell and Judy, police say children have been targeted in both Albany Park and Rogers Park. Now, the first incident happened with a bald head. Police are asking anyone with information in either of these troubling cases to give them a call. Judy?
All right, Tanya, I'll pick it up start on Monday. And some kids from Chicago's Englewood neighborhood get to see a free show today, and it may feel very familiar.
A play at the Chicago Children's Theater actually draws inspiration from the students.
6:44 coming up next. You might call them armchair generals.
We will tell you about the hobbyists
46, 42 degrees Friday.
Yes.
It is here. We'll talk about weather and traffic for the
Well, this morning, a live Doppler 7 Max, though. No rain for us in the area now. And other than just a little bit of mist with this fog that we're seeing this morning, I think most of the day is dry, just kind of dreary looking. Now, this afternoon, you can see we're going to poke a few holes in those clouds and get a few peaks of some sunshine around the area this afternoon. However, it is going to remain rather chilly all day long, especially given that our average high today is 64 degrees, and we will be below that. Right now, we're actually close to the average low, which is 43. We're at 42 at O'Hare. AccuWeather Real Field, though, is 38 degrees. It's 42 degrees in Des Plaines, 44 in Maryville, 44 degrees right now in Crete. It's 43 in Batavia, and 42 degrees right now in Sycamore. So here's the satellite imagery, and you see the cloud cover that is with us. No steady rain, but what we are watching, you see this rain in the plains, the southern plains, and that is going to come along with a system that's headed our direction tomorrow. So let's take a peek at what is coming our way tomorrow. Our futurecast, this is eyeing the rain, and you see approaching 7 a.m. tomorrow. Still dry here in the city, as well as across the northern suburbs, just starting to sneak its way into the southern suburbs. I still believe by noontime tomorrow, that's when rain begins for the city, and then it does climb northward up into the northern suburbs, and it looks like tomorrow afternoon is going to be very wet. And as you take a look by noon, just starting to kind of sprinkle here in the city then. It does get heavier during the afternoon across much of the area, and those of you in the far southern suburbs could even pick up over an inch of rain. Cloudy with a bit of fog, some misty conditions in the area this morning. Now this afternoon, I still think we'll squeeze out a few peaks of some sun. High temperatures today, low 50s, but we are going to keep them in the 40s right along with nice.
Oh, look at
I
that.
like it.
Yeah.
60s and 70s.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah. All right. Roz, how we doing this morning?
It's to tell you about this one in Hanover Park at the intersection of Lake Street and County Farm Road. Now, as far as your travel times go, some of them are going to be a little bit on the Ryan merge. Judy and Terrell.
Alrighty, Roz. Well, there are still 2 more days of the NFL draft left.
Yeah, but we know who the newest Bears player is, the injury the season before. And there is a lot of buzz today about one of the players at the draft here in Chicago, and it has nothing to do with how he plays football.
Yeah, former
To 2.
6:52. Coming up next, the latest information on what went wrong at a Donald Trump rally in California.
Good Friday morning, everyone. Coming up next here on GMA, the highly... We'll have more on that story just ahead. Coming up next on Good Morning America.
And 7 stories on this Friday. A family is desperate to find a medical student who went missing just weeks before his graduation.
Station in Lincoln Park. Diane.
And Terrell, police are warning anyone that rides those trains, especially early in the morning, especially alone. They also, really early in the morning, police advise people, of course, stay alert if you can, and also report anything you see that may be suspicious. Reporting live in Lincoln Park along the Fullerton stop, Diane Patthew, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
And also overnight, Chicago police sent out alerts about children being targeted in Chicago's northwest side.
Autopsy and toxicology reports are still being processed. And Beyonce, kicking off her world tour that will soon be in Chicago. The first show of her worldwide formation tour was in Miami. This was her first concert since releasing her new video. That video album, it's Lemonade. The tour comes to Soldier Field May 27th.
No service between Laramie and Harlem.
Okay.
No shuttle buses.
Keep that in mind.
All right, it is Friday, and today is a special day.
I know, right?
It is